Good afternoon. Thanks for being here today to celebrate our friend Sonya. Just a couple of announcements that I want to make. There are seed packets that you can plant in memory of Sonya that have been provided by her friends and her cousins. And also we have an extraordinary amount of food. So please feel free to stick around after the program and eat again. My name is Melanie. For those of you who don't know me, Sonya and I met in first grade, just up the road here at Pleasant Valley. And there's a couple other Pleasant Valley crew here too. And as soon as we met, we were just sort of in each other's lives every day, along with Sonya's sister Amy and my sister Gayle. We spent years running around barefoot together, riding our horses, cooking over campfires, sleeping in the woods right here in this neighborhood. Sonya's throttle was on high speed most of the time. And it was hard to pin her down some days, but we did try to participate in each other's lives as much as we could with our careers, our travels, and our families. And we were friends for almost 50 years. Over the last months of Sonya's life, her illness slowed her down, and it was frustrating for her when her body couldn't keep up with the ideas going on in her head. But it also gave us some quiet time together, and we talked often about what she thought this day would be like. She wanted this space filled with the people that she loves, good food from Raphael's, music, flowers, lots of flowers, stories, laughter, and comfort. I mean, look at this place. It's beautiful. And it's exactly how she wanted it to be. She planned much of what is around you today, and I think she'd be very happy to see you all here together today. Sonya lived a full and remarkable life, and I'd like to take a few minutes to share some of that story with you. She was born on December 4th, 1972 in Bemidji to John and Shirley Workman. She grew up alongside her siblings Amy and Bud, just a few miles from here. They were typical country kids running around the yard, eating from the garden, riding horses, helping on the family's farm. She was an active member of 4-H, and she loved camping with her friends, exploring the outdoors, and learning practical skills that would stay with her throughout her life. She cherished her grandma Marilyn, who lived just across the road. Some of Sonya's happiest memories were spent in Marilyn's kitchen, learning how to make bread, harvest the garden, can vegetables, make jam. Sometimes I'd go over there too, and then afterwards we'd all watch Days of Our Lives together in Marilyn's living room. She learned traditions from Marilyn that she carried with her throughout her life. After graduating from Bemidji High School, she attended Bemidji State and she got her nursing degree. Following graduation, she decided to move to the East Coast and began her nursing career. Sonya loved fresh seafood, and she took full advantage of that while she lived there. As you can imagine, she was an amazing nurse and developed strong bonds with her patients. Her next chapter led her to California, where she continued nursing. She enjoyed exploring the foothills with her yellow lab and sunsets on the beach. But even with all the exciting landscapes and experiences of both coasts, her heart always remained here in Minnesota. Eventually, she returned home and she purchased a small farm just a few miles from here on Puposky Lake. The house needed a full remodel, but she and her dad transformed it into a warm, peaceful sanctuary on the lake. She had a real gift for home decor, furniture refinishing, antiquing, seeing beauty in what most of us would think is just a piece of junk. She filled her days with her horses, her chickens, and her gardens. Her tulips and peonies especially were admired by the entire neighborhood. She loved painting. She used acrylics and watercolors, and she had a natural talent Her farm was shared with her beloved golden retriever, Tucker, who can't be with us right now because he'd be too excited. While running the farm, she continued her nursing career at Sanford, caring for her patients with the compassion and humor that she was known for. During this time, Sonya founded Just Dandy. What began as candles made on her small kitchen stove turned into a thriving business. She created her own blends, candles, and body care products, often with flowers and plants that she harvested herself. She started by selling at farmers markets and local shops, but quickly built a loyal following. And it was around this time that she reconnected with her high school sweetheart, John, beginning the next beautiful chapter of her life. Sonya later sold the house on Puposky Lake, and she moved to John's farmhouse, which was her dream home with a wraparound porch and a river flowing behind. She opened her first store right inside the house, and she hosted a highly successful art festival right out there. Sonya and John celebrated a simple wedding ceremony under an arbor covered in peonies next to the Red Barn. Together, they expanded Just Dandy by designing and building this building that we're in. The Just Dandy farm store became a destination shopping experience, known for its warmth, charm, and all of Sonya's special touches. She loved everyone who stepped through those doors, and she greeted them with a smile. Because of the success of Just Dandy, she retired from nursing to focus on her business on their farm. They also cared for Brad, a family member with special needs who became a part of their lives for a while. Sonya beat the odds of her cancer diagnosis, and she lived for over 2 years with incredible strength, enduring chemotherapy and surgeries supported by her teams at Mayo and Sanford. She continued to embrace life, taking trips to Texas, Arizona, and Massachusetts. Even with the struggles that cancer brings, she would always make it to our monthly girls' dinner date. She and John expanded Just Dandy with a downtown location, which quickly gained just as much interest following as a farm store. Her business philosophy shifted towards eco-friendly practices, and she devoted significant time and her healthcare experience to researching the products that she made. She balanced running 2 locations while navigating her illness with optimism, knowledge, and grace, supported by the love of her friends, her family, her staff, allowing her for time to peace and rest. During our conversations in her final weeks, Sonya often reminded me to slow down and appreciate the life around me. I always found that a little funny because she packed more into one day than anybody I ever knew. But that was Sonya always looking out for the people around her that she loved. Throughout her life, Sonya was defined by her compassion, creativity, independence, and a deep love for the people and animals around her. She built a life filled with beauty, hard work, and connection. A life that was uniquely and unmistakably Sonya. Thank you.
Yarrington, Bothe, and Sonya and I were also lifelong friends. We met in childhood at Pleasant Valley School, 4-H, and a lot of the same things that Melanie already said. And we were neighbors, and then later we were roommates, and then finally working for her at Just Dandy, and that's where we kind of rekindled our adult friendship together and talked almost daily on the cell phone about whatever we were going to be creating together that day. So it was really wonderful to have that interaction with her. I'm going to be reading one of her favorite poems. It was found among her favorite things, and it's called After a While by Veronica A. Schaffstall. I'm going to need my glasses. After a while, you learn the subtle difference between holding a hand and chaining a soul, and you learn that love doesn't mean leaning and company doesn't mean security. And you begin to learn that kisses aren't contracts and presents aren't promises. And you begin to accept your defeats with your head up and your eyes open, with the grace of a woman, not the grief of a child. And you learn to build all your roads on today, because tomorrow's ground is too uncertain for plans, and futures have a way of falling down in mid-flight. After a while, you learn that even sunshine burns if you get too much. So you plant your own garden and decorate your own soul instead of waiting for someone to bring you flowers. And you learn that you really can endure, that you really are strong, and you really do have worth. And you learn and learn. With every goodbye, you learn. Thank you.
I'm Jessica Kuryla. I met Sonya in middle school. First day, actually. I begged my parents for high tops and walked into Bemidji Middle School, and Sonya was the first person to notice that I had high tops on, so I knew she was going to be my new best friend. Sonya and I came from perceivably different worlds. I was a city girl, she was a country girl, but in the core we were the same person. Sonya and I went our different ways in high school, but always remained friends. We'd come together in the summer and connect and go fishing, do a lot of fun redneck things that some of my other friends didn't really appreciate. In fact, when we graduated from high school, I have no idea, we had no business doing this, but we decided and we flew to New Orleans. We were very naive, but we shared a love of culture and food, and we experienced a lot of things that we probably shouldn't have, but it was wonderful. So, yeah, I'm forever grateful for Sonya. I wrote some things about her. Nothing seems enough, but growing up, age 53 seemed elderly. It was a lifetime away. Most of us put off working to fulfill our dreams as future projects. Sonya was different. She led a life front-loaded, working to achieve her goals. Procrastination was not in her vocabulary. Living each day to the fullest, with a now ironic sense of urgency, she remained grounded and level-headed. Material things rarely impressed her. While she did have a propensity to collect things, it was the story behind the item she cherished. Sonya was hardworking and stubborn. She wasn't nice, she was kind. Those closest to her knew that if they really didn't want to know if they looked good in an outfit, they shouldn't have Sonya. She answered honestly and expected the same. Sonya didn't want a traditional funeral with a sad undertone. By all means, cry if and when you need to. For those of us she left behind, it's a necessary release. But know she ultimately wanted us to celebrate and relive the moments we shared with her. Selfishly, I'm grieving the loss of my friend, who was excited to help me with my home projects and plant gardens with me. We discussed road trips, planned around thrift stores, and hidden gem diners once I moved back to the Northwoods. She was the one person who justifiably called me out on all my shortcomings, yet always called me for advice. I really wish heaven had visiting hours. Okay, this line is bullshit. It doesn't hurt as much now. The ache is quieter, buried under routine and silence. I don't cry as much. Once again, I'm lying. But I still pick up the phone to text her and search Facebook Marketplace for deals that she'd enjoy. I don't foresee that ever changing. Having someone in my life I could come to crying and leave laughing was a blessing. Sonya fought battles throughout her life, yet always held it together. The last few years, she experienced pain that would break most people. But she showed up, composed herself, and in her words, got shit done. Her expectations of others to do the same never wavered. Most wouldn't have lasted a day in her shoes. We all will eventually lose someone we never wanted to be without. Reality is, we never completely get over the loss of friends and family members. They live forever in our hearts. It's like a broken leg that just doesn't heal right. It aches when seasons change, but eventually you learn to function with the limp. Sometimes we don't really want to heal after death of a loved one, as the pain is the last connection to what we have lost. John, you may not have been able to spend the rest of your life with Sonya, but she got to spend the rest of her life with you. Her final and most important goal was achieved.
Sonya's things. Finding a note written by Sonya in her beautiful handwriting brought back memories of the many high school notes that we wrote to each other. There was no texting back then. I probably had met Sonya in middle school through 4-H, but I didn't really know her until 11th grade. And then, oh, what fun we had the last 2 years of high school. Camping, sleepovers, hallway dances, senior prom, graduation parties all come to mind. And that friendship lasted a lifetime. I'm so glad that my girls and my grandson got to meet my dear friend. Sonya's enthusiasm was contagious, and she had a unique way of radiating sunshine wherever she went. Her note was labeled at the top, "Things I Love." And here's some of what she wrote in her own words. Horses, the smell of spring, lilacs, clear lakes on a summer day, pickup trucks with plows on the front, ice fishing, camping, denim Levi's faded, worn and soft, my fuzzy horse blanket I got for Christmas from my mom and dad, warm sunshine on my face, quiet woods with birds singing, crickets at night, bonfire parties with Dacia, Jay, Ben, Mike, Tom, and Tessa, one ice-cold Busch Light beer, taking deer drives in the evening with Polly, going to the sales barn with my sister, the special bond that I share with my brother, chocolate ice cream, macaroni and cheese, my car, black olives, my pictures of my grandpa, icicles, wedding dances, and the day I caught my first bass. We sure had a lot of overlapping loves. And if we could add a few more, I know that she would say her friends and her family. Her beautiful house and barn, gardening, flowers, remodeling projects, and antiques, holding their babies. And her very special life's work, her business, Just Dandy, and all the folks who came through these doors. And most of all, Sonya loved her husband, John, and the life that they built together. Sonya mentioned fishing twice in her list. So I think it's fitting that one of my fondest memories from senior year is standing outside the hallway dance, talking to the 4-H friend group, and listening to music on the truck radio, and making up a song, making up a dance to Fishing in the Dark by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band with Heidi and Sonya. And I just have to say, Sonya, we're grateful that you loved all of us, and we love you back. Thanks for being here today. And we're gonna end with Fishing in the Dark. And stay and visit and eat and enjoy the slideshow. Thank you.